let's look at a scenario where the Supreme Court says, yes, he has all those rights. He is immune from everything.
Yeah.
You know what Joe Biden could do since he is presently president?
What?
Whoa. He could throw every Republican in jail.
Joe Biden demanded by Whoopi Goldberg to throw every Republican in jail. Buckle up for another wild ride into the world of The View, where Whoopi Goldberg has once again graced us with her profound wisdom. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is not just crazy, it's the epitome of stupidity. Whoopi Goldberg, in all her infinite wisdom, has finally managed to say the quiet part out loud, and let me tell you, it's a doozy. Let's break it down, shall we? Whoopi Goldberg, the beacon of intellectual discourse, has made a statement so outlandish, it makes you question the very fabric of reality. It's not just crazy, it's stupid with a capital S. But wait, there's more. Not only is it off the charts insane, but it's also downright untrue. Whoopi, 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 shame on you for letting these words escape your lips. And here's the kicker, folks. Forget about any notion of diversity of thought on The View. Oh no, that's just a myth, a fantasy created by the deluded minds of those who dare question the holy grail of liberal ideology. Don't even mention Republicans on The View. It's like trying to find a unicorn in a field of rainbows. It simply doesn't exist, and suggesting otherwise is an act of sheer lunacy. I mean, can we just take a moment to appreciate the audacity of these women? They have the uncanny ability to talk over anyone who dares challenge their narrative, drowning out opposing views with a symphony of self-righteousness. And let's not forget the legendary moment when Whoopi, in all her glory, ran off the stage like a toddler having a tantrum. Who was the unlucky victim, you ask? None other than Judge Jeanine Pirro. Bravo, Whoopi, bravo. Now, imagine this scenario. Whoopi Goldberg, our fearless leader of The View, utters something so preposterous, so utterly ridiculous, that it leaves us mere mortals gasping for air. And what do we witness next? Not a single soul, not even the Republicans, has the guts to call her out on her absurdity. It's like a Twilight Zone episode where common sense takes a vacation, leaving us to navigate the absurdity of The View unscathed. But dear viewers, fear not. I present to you the unfiltered truth. Whoopi Goldberg's latest verbal escapade is not just a blip on the radar, it's a testament to the echo chamber of The View, where logic goes to die and dissenting voices are ushered off the stage faster than you can say political correctness. Don't take my word for it. Let's roll the clip and witness the spectacle unfold before our very eyes.
Well, the Supreme Court won't hear oral arguments until the end of April. Now, let's look at a scenario where the Supreme Court says, yes, he has all those rights. He is immune from everything.
Yeah.
You know what Joe Biden could do since he is presently president?
What?
Whoa. He could throw every Republican in jail. Yeah.
Well, would you look at Whoopi Goldberg over there, reading off a piece of paper like she's got the secrets of the universe neatly typed out for her. I sure hope someone didn't accidentally slip on a banana peel and hit their head real hard right before they penned this masterpiece. Is she high on something when she wrote this? Because it sure sounds like it. Now, let's dive into the profound wisdom she's sharing with the world. Apparently, she believes that the president has the magical power to throw every Republican into the slammer. Hold up, what on earth does that even mean? Is she suggesting some kind of mystical executive branch voodoo where the president can personally handcuff Republicans and toss them in jail? Last time I checked, presidents don't have the authority to make arrests. But wait, there's more. Could she be implying that the president can use the FBI as his own personal goon squad to round up Republicans? I mean, let's get real here. Even the executive branch has to play by the rules. You can't just snap your fingers and shout, "You go to jail because I feel like it." Nope, there's this pesky thing called the court system, and it turns out you have to go through it if you want to throw someone behind bars. So, Whoopi, sweetheart, enlighten us a bit more. What exactly does it mean when you say the president can put Republicans in jail? Are we talking about some shadowy backdoor dealings that bypass the whole legal shebang? Because, newsflash, even the almighty executive branch has to dance through the hoops of the court system if they want to lock someone up. It's not as simple as a presidential decree. It's a little something called due process. In the end, it seems like Whoopi might be indulging in a bit of wishful thinking, or maybe just tossing around ideas without a firm grip on reality. Or perhaps she's playing a game of political make-believe where presidents wield unlimited power like a comic book superhero. But hey, in the real world, we've got this thing called checks and balances, and no one, not even the president, can skip the courtroom drama if they want to throw someone in the clink.
Yeah.
I mean, he could. I mean, no. This is not a
Because
good
he would be
thing.
immune.
Because he'd have totally, he can go. What this means is he can do anything.
Yeah.
First off, let's talk about how they're throwing around the term total immunity like it's the hottest accessory on the market. Now, I don't know about you, but last time I checked, being immune to something doesn't mean you get a free pass to commit crimes. Maybe they missed that memo in their little echo chamber. So, there's this bizarre fixation on Donald Trump and his supposed total immunity. Newsflash, honey, it's not a magical shield that lets you do whatever the heck you want. No. It's more like a protective cloak against those who might try to stifle his First Amendment rights. You know, the right to speak his mind without being accused of pulling some puppet strings on the election. But oh, here come these two, bumbling around, misinterpreting things like they're trying to assemble furniture without the instructions. And can we talk about how they're throwing shade at the idea of immunity? It's like they're in a schoolyard pointing fingers and calling names. She's dumb. Both of these women are dumb. Real mature ladies. I thought we were discussing politics, not auditioning for a reality show. Now they're babbling about Joe Biden and how he's supposedly going to arrest Donald Trump. Hold your horses there, cowboy. Even if Donald Trump had immunity, which he doesn't, Joe Biden isn't the superhero swooping in for the takedown. I mean, seriously, what kind of alternate reality are these women living in? It's like they're playing a game of political make-believe where facts are optional. And let's not even get started on their hypothetical scenario about Biden going through nefarious means to put Trump behind bars. I mean, come on. It's like they're weaving a conspiracy theory quilt without a single thread of logic. If Joe Biden wanted to play dirty, there are far more efficient ways to do it than this convoluted mess they've concocted. These ladies might want to consider a crash course in politics 101 before throwing around terms like total immunity and making a mockery of the entire conversation. It's like watching a comedy show, but unfortunately it's real life, and we're all stuck in the audience.
Yeah.
He could dismiss everybody's debt.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole bunch of great stuff that could happen, but let's really look at what this means.
Yeah.
So they're basically kicking the can down the road, though. They're not taking up this case immediately.
Right.
So what's their motivation then? If we all know that they can't do what you just said because of the extreme power that a president would have, what is their motivation for not doing it right away?
Well, unfortunately, some people are saying the motivation is that there are certain conservative justices that have been appointed by Trump that want to help him. And because we know the end result is if this case is not resolved by the time of the election and he, God forbid, becomes the president of the United States, the Justice Department policy is that you cannot indict nor put on trial a sitting president, right? And so it's his get out of
He could
jail.
throw him in jail.
But it's his get out of jail free card.
No, I'm saying Biden could throw.
Yeah,
See,
Biden
this
could
is
do
a
that.
slippery slope because if they give him this immunity,
What's good for the goose
What I
is
also
good
will
for
say
Joe.
is they're listening to these arguments in April. The end of their term is in June, right? They return again, I believe, in October. The Bush v. Gore case happened real quick. Do you remember
They know
that?
how to
The
do-
Supreme
they know how to
Court
do
knows
this.
how to work real fast.
That was the day democracy died.
Folks, let me tell you, these people, these women are absolutely nuts. I mean, we're not talking about your regular, run-of-the-mill kind of crazy. We're talking about a level of crazy that makes you question reality. And it's not just because they happen to be women. No, it's a special kind of crazy that transcends gender. I mean, seriously, we've got women in their 60s like Whoopi, and they should know better than to spew the nonsense they're throwing around. Now, let's talk about this whole idea that Biden can just order someone to jail. I don't know what notes these folks are reading, but let me break it down for you. The president can't just snap his fingers and send someone to the slammer. Even with immunity, there are legal processes in place, and Biden can't simply play judge and jury. We're a country where you're innocent until proven guilty, and you can't just throw someone in jail without charges, trial, and conviction. That's Basic Law 101. But hold on a second. What I'm hearing here is that they're suggesting Biden is manipulating the executive branch to launch a false investigation to get someone arrested. Now, that's a wild accusation. It's like playing chess with invisible pieces. And when they mention immunity, it's not the kind of immunity that lets you go on a crime spree without consequences. It's a different ball game altogether. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the Supreme Court. I mean, if they had the power, they'd be doing all sorts of things. Look at Hillary Clinton. She should have been behind bars ages ago. But no, she's out there sipping tea while folks like us are shaking our heads. And Biden and his son, the corruption in Ukraine, don't even get me started. They should be doing a perp walk to jail, not sitting in the Oval Office. And let's talk about the Supreme Court justices. If they're not going to be fair, then maybe it's time to reshuffle the deck. Maybe we need more spots in the Supreme Court, and hey, I'm not wishing harm on anyone, but we could use some strategic retirements. Clarence Thomas might be eyeing retirement, and if we get Trump back in there, we can bring in fresh, young Republicans to keep the court conservative. I don't want anyone to die, but I'm just saying let's outlive them and get more positions in the Supreme Court. We need Trump back in there to make sure we keep the conservative flame burning bright. If we could have the entire Supreme Court filled with conservatives, well, that would be the greatest thing to happen to this country, in my humble opinion. But hey, that's just me, folks. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll catch you on the next one.